Today, I want to look at what I think is one of the best 2v2 legends in the game, if not the best. That's Kaya. To me, honestly, Kaya's that really unexpected, like, absolutely nutcase legend. Like, there's so many good legends in Brawl, but when I was looking for a potential new pick, and given the current, like, meta, where you have so many good things, right? But right now, Bow has definitely looked, like, a lot better than a lot of weapons. I mean, Spear, you can argue, too. It's in, like, its best state, possibly ever, as of late. And, like, this legend, the weapons combined with the stats is already enough. And then you add the fact that I think some of the SIGs are possibly, like, people don't realize, I don't think, how good some of the SIGs are. They forget. You got this SIG. It doesn't make any sense, given that this character's 4 decks. This SIG, the end hitbox catches a lot of people off guard. And then the D SIG lingers ever so slightly, and I think it's really good on edge. But pretty much you have a 1 in 3 chance. Like, if you hit sidelight, you can you have a 1 in 3 chance of, like, hitting a SIG, and I think that's really good. Then, like I was saying, overall, like, both these weapons, just even without the SIGs, are already so good. Spear, I really think that's, like, the best SIG on there. You know, you have end SIG there as well, and I think it's pretty good. Side SIG too. Side SIG is that move where it's not necessarily that insane, but you just catch so many people off guard with it that it's good because people don't expect it. That's really, like, the main perk of it. I don't think other than that it's, like, necessarily that crazy. It's not like it doesn't have, like, insane killing power or anything. I mean, this SIG though, that SIG just doesn't make any sense. It's basically like the bow end SIG equivalent on Spear. But yeah, I mean, it surprises me that I'm actually, like, for Winters, this is the character I've been playing. This is the character I plan on playing for that tournament. And it's honestly a good choice. I'm very happy with the fact that I chose to play this legend. I've never really been super into bow, so it's been nice, like, learning bow. But also just, dude, like I'm saying, this character, it's so good. It basically does the same job that I do on Hitori. It's just so much better, honestly. Also, it helps that this character has a crossover, which is, like, you know, an inadvertent buff to a legend. Some, for example, like Rana Wu Shang, it doesn't really matter because the SIGs are exactly the same. And that's, like, technically a crossover. This one, though, this one definitely matters. The hitboxing on, like, where is it at? This SIG, I mean, dude, that's, like, this is so insane. That's not a mammoth. Like, keep in mind, that was a mammoth on the base character. And then this, I mean, that's the same, though, and I guess the D-SIG is the same. Like, you have a couple unexpected changes, which are always just, it's stupid, but it is how it is. Pretty much all the Steven Universe crossovers have something that's, like, absolutely insane. Stevani's probably overall, like, the most, like, probably easily most disgusting, I would have to argue. But yeah, it is very nice to have that. Like, it's only added strength to a legend. And I don't think you should play a character because of a crossover. I mean, it does make them better, but how much better is the question. For some, I think it actually is relatively considerable. Others, like this one, I don't know how big of a deal it is. I mean, the main power of the character at the end of the day is in the fact that at base you have 4 strength, 4 dex, 7 speed, 7 strength, which is ridiculous. Continuing on, though, about how I was saying, this character, I think, is honestly a better Hitori. I always thought, and I was always kind of, like, told, because I didn't know any better, that bow was not really the best weapon in 2v2s. It was, you know, it would get in the way of your partner. It'd be hard to work with. But now that I've played it more, it honestly feels like one of the easier weapons to really work with. Especially, it depends how you play. Like, you can't play really up close and personal right by your partner because they're going to be getting hit a lot. But if you, like, cover them on whiffs, like with D-Light, it's super good. And, like, I mean, just, it does cover a lot of area, so it's almost like, I feel like it does Lance's job almost better, given the fact that it's a smaller weapon. It's, you know, I guess a little faster, but in 2s at least it does Lance's job better. Now, Lance in 2s still commands so much area, but I'll call it alternative Lance. I think that's the best way to put it. You could argue that it's better. Maybe some would say worse. I doubt it. But yeah, this character, jeez, dude, this character just has so much packed into it. Like Hitori too, Hitori does have high speed, but the defense is considerably lower. The SIGs also, I don't think, are much better. If like overall, maybe they're more solid. I think Hitori has a better spread throughout her kit, but yeah, I still think this legend takes the cake as possibly the best 2v2 legend in the game. At least maybe best supporting character. There's a lot of characters that can do so much damage and be like an absolute unit, but this character, if you're gonna play a support role like I do a lot of the times, then she's amazing. Also, sorry if my thoughts seem a little like scatterbrained. I'm getting up to record this like a little earlier than usual for me. Usually I've been recording like late at night before I go to bed, but lately I haven't been like in the mood to record late at night. Plus I've been like prepping for winters and I've had a lot of homework, which isn't, I don't want to make that an excuse, but it's why I haven't been recording at night. So yeah, I'm recording in the morning, and right after I get done like prepping this, I have to go in and take a physics exam at my school, so that's great. But yeah, I've been having a blast with this legend overall, and honestly, I really think I'm gonna stick to this character for the future. I think winters, it should go pretty well. I've always dabbled with other legends and stuff, but I think the way to go about like changing up what you play is first, you know, I've always played Spear and Twos, right? You first start with that, and then you expand into playing like a weapon maybe you don't play as much. For example, bow in this case. I think the mistake I've made before is too drastic of a change. I think an easier weapon like Spear and then combining it with a weapon like bow was a really good choice. And Kaya, honestly, to be honest, is like a really perfect situation. Or a perfect scenario, whatever you want to say. And he's gonna walk into it. Oh, he actually didn't, genius. But yeah, I don't know how many more characters there will be that are like Kaya, unless like Orb Blasters comes out, and then I feel like you'll see a return of like Blasters. Maybe that is okay. Wow, that guy actually just got slapped by the wood. As far as other potential legends I can maybe see becoming really good, especially in like 2v2, I would argue that Dusk is like, I think Dusk can make a really good support character. I think Orb still is, give or take, the best weapon in the game. There's so many good things, right? Like, I'll say that over and over again. I think a lot of people agree. But Orb is always the one that you don't see many people playing, but it's always been really good. It hasn't been like nerfed in any way in a really long time. And I just wouldn't be shocked if, like, you know, we see a return of people absolutely killing it on like Thor and 2s, or like I said, even Dusk. Dusk is like the perfect weapon combination for it. The Sigs, I think maybe, you know, compared to someone like Kaya, I think are a little weaker. But at the end of it all, if they somehow buff them in Force, or maybe give him something, then I think it may be worth it. So I want to give an update on like my series and a couple like of videos I have in mind. First of all, like once, I think probably not next week, but the week after, the In a Nutshell series is going to be returning. So that's great. And then also, I do think I'm going to do another video. If you like the style that I did my the greatest comeback of all time video, that video, you know, it was shorter, but I did a little more editing, and it was more so about the commentary, I think, than anything. I think I'm going to do that, except this time I have a couple ideas. I have one that happened recent to me, and I'll say right now, I got towed this past weekend, so that's awesome. And that was quite the experience. So I can either talk about that, or another one I'm thinking of is the time I got hit. And I'll run a poll on this, actually. I mean, YouTube has those features, so I think I'll run a poll on it. I'll talk about that, or the time I got shot in the back of the head by a paintball. I feel honestly like the towing story may be better, but we'll see. I'll run the poll, see what you guys think, because they both could be pretty entertaining. I think it's just a matter of, I guess, what the people want, and ultimately in the end what I want. So those will be fun. I really want to do that style of video more often. I think that's like where my best content is. I think, like, because I didn't like have a script or anything for the greatest comeback video. That video was like just kind of on the spot, and obviously the editing took a bit, but more than anything, just like talking and being like blah blah blah, you know, just saying everything I feel like I can do. I'm confident in that. I'll just say that. So yeah, look forward to that for sure. Obviously, Brawlhalla gameplay is gonna always be there, especially while Brawlhalla do be booming. It's actually crazy how much like Brawlhalla is booming. And speaking of that, Winters is this weekend. It's also another weird thought first of all, the fact that winters is in March, but also the fact that it's finally, like, I don't know, off season feels like it's gotten shorter and shorter. I will say that much. And it's also weird because now the like times in between tournaments are actually way longer, but I'm cool with that. It allows me to like not stress too much about it and just like take it one step at a time. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Play Kaya, try her out, she's absolutely nuts. Yeah, bye guys.